All right, guys, we are into the final round of the Galaxy Buster case tournament. I did move my face cam over here because I noticed that the camera angles seemed to have shifted, and this is just going to show more of the field. So let's go ahead and jump on in. We do have Chris Wilson on the left playing Fiendsmith Ryzeal, and on the right we have Ian, no known last name, on Centurion, Red Dragon, Archfiend. Both players obviously had a tremendous day. Both, we kept the camera on table one all day. Both have been featured in that both have been featured numerous times. So clearly, both were able to stay at table one. I don't think we did see Chris drop a match to Brock TCG, so we know he did not enter this undefeated. Regardless, though, we are opening with Fiendsmith Engraver to grab Tract, and this has not been met with any interaction. So Droll is out of the question. Could still be an Ash or a Bastille in play, but we'll just see if that is not in the hand or if Ian is just waiting patiently for the right moment. Of course, Lurie hits the field and is going to be immediately linked off into a Requiem. Requiem attempt is successful and will summon Lacrima from the deck. So far, we have been able to execute our game plan unimpeded. Looking in the hand of Chris just now, I did see a trap card, which is either the Paradise or Infinite Impermanence. I saw Ash and I saw Droll, so might not have too much extension here. Requiem is going to equip to Lacrima, and Engraver is going to attempt to hit the field. This will succeed. Oh, there was two traps. Okay, so likely no Ryzeal cards hitting the field. And we're going to nib. No response. Nib hits the board. And like I said, nothing but hand interactions from Chris. If one of those two traps is Paradise, which I'm not getting a very good look at the hand. Looks like they might both be imperm. So, I mean, it's two imperms, an Ash and a Droll. That's not the end of the world. That Nib token is not tiny. But, of course, Legacia can simply take right care of it. We do have that Earthbound whatever the hell, which searches. I believe it searches a Fiend Tuner. This is what it's done the last couple times we've seen Ian utilize it. And it resolves. Let's see what we add. Adds a Resonator. But we do have the Droll and Lockbird and Resolution. Luckily, as we recently learned, the Centurion half of our engine does not care of our strategy. I should say does not care too much for Droll and Lockbird. We can simply scale the Trudea, who can then scale the Primera. Primera won't be able to search, but we still have a Synchro play available at that point. Or do. Oh, we have it normaled. So whatever normal summon we have available is going to be huge there. But, of course, we have the Requiem play from Chris. And then Lacrima can send Paradise. So other than the two Imperms set and the Ash Blossom in hand, we do still have a send. Oh, we didn't... Okay, so we placed the field spell with Oath. Okay, so we might have Trudea or something in hand. That's decent. If that's the case. Chris just double checking that it does indeed scale, not add. Not sure what's going on with that card. I do not know these Earthbound cards. I'm going to be honest, actually, now that I'm saying it, I'm not 100% sure that that's even an Earthbound card. It just kind of looks like it. It could be something else. It could be... I don't know. I don't know what that is. And also, it looks like we're summoning it, and it's a level 5, so I don't know how we're summoning it. It might have some way to summon itself if there's another one in grave. Alright, but it looks like we are going to Desiree send something. That, apparently. So whatever that was, Chris must have seen it as a pretty big commitment. To use that for our Desiree send. Not out of interruptions from Chris either. We do still have the 2 set imperms and the Ash Blossom in hand. Looks like 3 cards in hand. And now we're going to attempt the field spell, discarding to scale. None of Chris's interactions could interrupt that, because it does not add. And we are scaling Trudea. Trudea, of course, can summon herself from scale and then put herself right back to scale Primera. But without the Primera search, what does that accomplish, right? Because Primera being a level 4 and Nib being a level 11 doesn't really open up any synchro plays. And regardless, surely the Trudea gets impermed. And considering you know he's a synchro deck primarily and doesn't have any tuners on board, you're probably not too worried about any extra deck plays. Yeah, I think this is an obvious imperm. You've now got 2 interactions for 2 cards in hand. That Resonator can summon itself somehow. Are you shaking his head? No, it cannot. Okay. No, it cannot summon itself. Talent. Okay. Are we drawing? Oh, we can't draw because of draw. We have to take a look. Take the token. Oh, like I said, the token's not tiny. So we can at least get some... How is it able to summon itself now? What is life? Which is that Crimson Resonator? Let me try to figure this out. What's going on here? I think that one is Crimson Resonator. If not, it could be... Okay, no, it looks like it might have been Vision Resonator. So what does Vision Resonator do? If a level 5 or higher dark monster is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. Oh, Trudea can make itself level 8. Right, and she is dark, so that works. RDA is going to attempt to revive it for the Synchro Climb, but is going to be met with Imperm. So we just have the Nibiru and the Nibiru token. The Nibiru token would have the stats of Engraver plus Necroquip, so that's going to be, what is that, like 38? Okay, so we're at 1,200 life for Chris. Hey, Gravy. You want to come say hi? All right, so it looks like we were trying to do something with that token, but clearly that Earthbound card locks us in some way that we can't. It might be like a Dark Lock or a Synchro Lock or something. What is that card? Let me try to figure this out. Earthbound Immortal. What's going on, Gravy? I really hope I'm correct and that's actually an Earthbound card. Because if not, I'm going to be so embarrassed. Let's try to find this. Are they all level 10? If so, then that couldn't be it, right? What is that card? Here it is. Okay, here's this. Here's this. Earthbound Servants. Chris just taking a look at the graveyard. Looks like Earthbound Prisoner Stone Sweeper is the card in question. Starting off with Engraver, put back Requiem to summon itself. Seems like this will succeed. Okay, so yeah, Earthbound Prisoner says Fusion or Synchro only from extra deck when you use its effect. Okay. 1 second. You want out, baby? Sorry about that. Dog needed out. Looks like Engraver is going to try to send Red Rising. This will succeed. Did we draw a way to play our Ryzeal engine? Sequence does work with the token, as we saw in the last match. Okay, and just to clarify also that Earthbound Prisoner card is able to special summon itself if there's a card in a field zone. So that's how it came out originally. And it looks like we did draw into Sword. Not the best one, but it's something. It'll get you there. And from Sword, we are grabbing Ext. Now we're going to link 3 before we Ext, which makes sense. Because Ext will, of course, lock us. Agnum Day is going to summon Lacrima and equip. Ext is going to give it to you and send something. Aggregator, because why not? Negate the field spell just in case. Hey, something crazy could happen. I don't blame him. Grabbing Node off of Ext. Excuse me. Node's going to summon itself and then send the Agnum Day to revive Sword. And now we got 4 level 4 monsters to work with. The plays are right there for us to make. Right into Duo Drive, who I don't think you have a Ryzeal to attach. No, you do not. So it's just a 2-material Duo Drive. However, that's all you need to get your 2 searches, and it looks like it's going to succeed. I don't think Ian has any cards in hand, so Chris is sitting pretty to just go ahead and execute his game plan. Whatever he wants to do is going to happen unimpeded. I mean, the field spell is negated even if he had tuners, and regardless, Nibiru doesn't do anything, so we're golden. Looks like we're thinking on what to add other than Cross. The only thing you haven't summoned with its own effect, well, I think you normaled Sword. So you could grab another Sword and summon itself that way. You could grab Ice. Excuse me, sorry. I think this sitting in the old esophagus a little bizarre. Pause. But yeah, I mean, we're free to make a detonator here. We could get a cross draw. Detonator can crash into the nib and then protect itself. Duo Drive can swing for some damage. So yep, out comes Detonator, who will attach probably... You could even do Desiree, I think. Or no, you didn't make Desiree. Yeah, you're attaching Aggregator. Although Desiree is engraved from the Paradise still, I believe, so you could have done that. Yeah, it looked like I saw a fusion monster in there. Yep, crash and protect. And Duo Drive Direct for 25. We have Ice for follow-up and Ash in hand with 2 Detonator Pops and a Cross Negate. We can, of course, cross to draw 1, hope to get into another hand interaction. Putting back Ext and Node makes sense. Let's see if we'll get a chance to see what we drew into. And it's just an engraver, so no hand interaction, but additional follow-up if you play another search target for it. And what did Ian top deck? Was it something good? No, it was not. We are going into game 2. Chris takes it in game 1. Seemed like in game 1 there, Ian just didn't have plays, really. I mean, the nib was crazy, but it just wasn't enough. So our side plan, Phantasme is not going to be crazy. Lancia is not going to be crazy. Xyz Encore is dead. Really not too much in the side deck for Chris to even bring in, especially going second into this. Those like power traps aren't going to do too much for you. Didn't really get a chance to see what he's. Oh, okay, he's just putting those away. So what are we bringing here? Looked like it might have been a couple hand traps, a couple talent, maybe. But otherwise, not too much. And then obviously on the side of Ian, I'm sure this is, other than that Melodious match, probably all he's been up against all day. So he's definitely prepared for it. He knows exactly what to bring in. It's the deck you prepare for when you're going to an event. You know that Bestials are going to be good. Going first, those power traps are going to be good. Looks like we took out a Nib, a Paradise. Couldn't see the other 3, so yeah. And that's the advantage of playing a deck like Red Dragon, Archfiend, Centurion, that, has a cohesive game plan. It has power. It knows what it wants to do, but people aren't really ready for it. People aren't really preparing for it. You just have a little bit of crossover with the Bestials potentially hitting some of your pieces. But other than that, I mean, like the Droll can prevent the RDA side of your deck, but the Centurion side doesn't seem to care about it too much. And other than that, you're just playing through the same hand traps that everyone else is trying to play through. I mean, Shifter can hurt, I think. But again, the Centurion side of your deck doesn't really care about Shifter either. So up against Malice, you're really just cut off from the Red Dragon Archfiend side. All right. Ian will have the opportunity to choose first. Looks like we do have a Mulcharmy from Chris. 2 Mulcharmies, holy crap. And we're just going to shotgun the one. Opening up with Lubellion. This could be a situation to droll, but I think Chris is going to try and get some draws before he drolls. Especially because one of the other cards in hand is a Foolos. So if you droll here, you have 3 cards in hand, one of which is dead. I guess specifically in Ryzeal, it's not the worst imaginable normal summon. But Ian did have Thrust available. So we can do something. Set up a defense. Set up some follow-up. What are we going to set off? The Black Goat Laughs. The rarely used on-field effect. Let's just confirm here what the on-field effect is. I know it's easy to get them mixed up. Declare 1 monster card name this turn. Neither player can special summon monsters with that original name except from the graveyard. So obviously you can call Detonator. Prevent that from hitting the field. Mag is going to banish his own Lubellion, which is interesting because that means you're not going to get Lubellion search unless you have another way. But that might have been his only play. Does not want to play into that Fua. So yeah, he's just going to pass on Black Goat, Bestial control. We don't know the other cards in hand because our angle is not conducive to that, but there are 3 of them, whatever they are. So if there's some additional hand traps, some additional interruptions, that with the Black Goat might have been very wise to not play into that. Especially because we know, Chris's hand is not great. We do have Talent, Droll, Fuva, and 2 that I can't quite make out. Lurie. Okay. Not a great hand for Chris. He was definitely hoping to draw into some good way to play, but Ian did not allow it. So yeah, we're just going to normal summon Lurie, which is not ideal. At that point, you call Requiem just to shut off any crazy plays, put him on better Havexed. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, you're just going to let it happen. All right. The thing is, Typhon's not even live, right? Oh, it looks like he might have drew into a mag of his own. Okay, decent. All right, so we're going to summon Lacrima off the Requiem in defense position and attempt the effect to Foolish. This will not be met with interaction. We know Paradise was sided out, so Engraver is going to hit the graveyard. This could be a reasonable way to clear the field up a bit and make your own Magnamut live without punishing your own graveyard. You can send the mag with Requiem. Or not with Requiem, but with Engraver, sending it in addition to the Requiem. Or we can try and go into Caesar, who can stop the Jewis Room in the first place, but now we're going to go ahead and send the mag. The problem is we know Ian has a Jewis Worm, so if we try to hit that Magnamut, he might defensively get his own Jewis Room on the field. However, at least we know it's not there to interrupt our plays. But that would also make Talent live. Looks like we're going to go to Chaos Angel and just try to get rid of that Black Goat. This is obviously a situation where you're going to chain it and call something. It's banished, by the way. But regardless, something was called. So hopefully the Chaos Angel, and if you're rooting for Ian, hopefully the Chaos Angel is all we got to deal with here. It is a light only, so I believe it's unaffected. Synchro monsters are unaffected by activated monster effects, or just monster effects in general, I forget. But it can be beat over in battle. And it looks like we're going to bluff the Talent set. So yeah, we've got Fuvalos in hand, Droll in hand, and then I'm not quite sure what the third card is. And probably doing this in end phase, banishing the Lacrima. Really good play there. Keep that offline. And now we have Jewis Worm. Hopefully we remember that Jewis Worm will not be able to send the Chaos Angel because it is, in fact, unaffected. This also means Typhon cannot bounce it. We are looking in the extra deck, though, like we might be trying to go for a Typhon play, so... But nope, we're going to attempt a Resonator special summon because the level 5 or higher Dark Monsters on the field. And on summon, it's likely going to get some kind of search. Most of them do that, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, no search, fair enough, but we're going to go ahead and synchro for 8. into, is that Scarred or Hot? I think that's Scarred. Scarred, Red Dragon, Archfiend. Yeah, that's Scarred. Which unfortunately is not big enough to beat over the Chaos Angel. But we may have a way to climb. Oh, it looks like we are going into our deck for something. So maybe that Resonator's effect was if it's sent. Is synchro material you get a search. Yeah, it looks like that one is Vision Resonator. Oh, it's if it's sent to grave, you can add a spell trap that mentions RDA. Okay. Which, of course, is going to grab Crimson Gaia. Probably the best spell card in the entire deck. But we are going to Droll, turning that Crimson Gaia off. So we do have that at least. But we need some way of outing the Chaos Angel. Normal summon Ghost Ogre. This could potentially be a Synchro 11. Psychic End Punisher? Who does have 3,500 attack, so it could at least crash with the Chaos Angel. But you can trigger its pay 1,000 life points effect if you're able to get another monster on the field to banish instead of itself, of course. It will gain attack because your life points will be lower. Which it can do at the start of the battle phase. And we were able to somehow cheat out something. It's Ghost Rare, so I have no idea what that card is. That might be the original RDA. Oh, does Crimson Gaia have some kind of additional effect when an attack is declared? Okay, so that must be Ghost Rare RDA. When your RDA declares an attack, you can change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. Now, I don't know how we summoned this Red Dragon Archfiend in the first place. Oh, is it off the Scarred Red? I think that has some effect. If this card is sent from the monster zone to the graveyard, you can special summon one RDA from your extra deck. This is treated as Synchro. Wow. And then because a monster was destroyed, Crimson Gaia lets him special summon RDA from grave, and Scarred Red Dragon Archfiend is considered RDA while in grave. So I don't think this is quite game here because Psychic End Punisher is just at 35 because at the start of the battle phase, their life points were the same. And RDA, I think, is 2,800 or something, give or take. Well, that one must have already declared an attack because that was how we got Chaos Angel to flip. Carefully reading these cards to make sure we understand these interactions and how... Yeah, that's probably what they're talking about, is who declared attacks and what... Okay. Because he did not declare an attack with the Psychic End Punisher, at the end of his turn it is destroyed. That is part of Red Dragon Archfiend's effect. Although I'm not sure why Psychic End Punisher didn't attack. Might be something preventing it from attacking directly. I am not sure what happened there. I do not know why Psychic and Punisher did not attack. But that could be what done it. Because now we're able to just do our typical Fiendsmith shenanigans. And we have nothing but a original Red Dragon Archfiend and a Scarred Red Dragon to show for it. Yeah, if someone who is in the know is watching this, let me know why Psychic and Punisher wouldn't have declared an attack. Chris just reading these cards, making sure he understands the interactions. Ian is simply on 2 cards in hand. Reading Crimson Gaia one more time. Just gotta be careful. I get it. It's the finals. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards on the line. Don't want to make a clumsy mistake. Don't want to, make sure simply reading would have done the job for you. Looks like we still have Magnemite in hand to work with as well. Called by the Grave is our last card in hand. That's decent. So Engraver's going to send it and Scarred Red. Is there another original RDA for Scarred Red to summon? It seems not. So now we're going to normal summon Fuwalos. Opening up a Link 2 play. So are we going to go into... Yep, Sequence is now live. We have an Engraver. Several Light Fiends engraved. So Desiree is online as well. Oh, flashed the Gargoyle, but meant to show Nib. All good. All good. I mean, not like Gargoyle's crazy information. I guess he now knows there's no other hand traps, but... Okay, Magnemite's going to target Psychic End, hit the field. And the Bluff talent to take. That's 55 damage on board. There's the fist bump. That's it. So they must be discussing something here about Psychic and Punisher, but good games all around. I'm not really 100% sure what happened there with the Psychic and Punisher, but if there's something I'm missing or whatever, definitely let me know. Congratulations, Chris, for winning the case tournament. Congratulations to Ian. Runner-up is still tremendous, especially considering the deck you were on. You definitely know how to pilot what you are playing there. Thank you guys for watching this. If you watched the whole series, huge thank you. We are climbing to 1,000 subs. Don't forget, we are doing a giveaway at that. GalaxyBusterTCG is helping me out with the giveaway. We're giving away some cards. So, definitely, if you like the content, subscribe. Show your friends. If you hated the content, show your enemies. If we get to 1,000 subs, we're going to, put some cards in the mail. Definitely try to help me out with that. Peace out, guys.